y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video because I'm going to be comparing the two Tarte Shape Tape concealers. I absolutely love Shape Tape. It is my all-time favorite concealer and I have been using it for years and years and years, ever since it first came out, which I think was about 4 years ago, maybe a little longer. And in my personal opinion, for my skin, my dark circles, nothing compares to Shape Tape. That's the only one that works for me, and I've tried so many different other ones, and even the ones that say it's a Shape Tape dupe, I just always go back to my Shape Tape. So just in case you don't keep up with Tarte, they just came out with an ultra creamy Shape Tape, which is a more hydrating version of the original. So for today's video, I'm going to be comparing the two. So I'm going to put one on one side, one on the other, so you can see a side-by-side comparison of the consistency, the wear, the application, and all of that good stuff. So if y'all want to see a comparison of the two Shape Tapes, then just keep watching. So here is what they look like side by side. This is the original, this is the new one. As you can see, the new one says Ultra Creamy in the center, and it also has a lighter purple on the lid, and then the very tops, the new one is purple where the original is gold. So those are a few things that you can tell a difference in the two if you happen to be in store. But really quick, I want to read a little bit about the new one for y'all. It is also full coverage like the original, but it is a more moisturizing matte finish. It also has prickly pear in it for 24-hour hydration. It is for all skin types, especially dry or mature skin. It is also waterproof and 12-hour crease proof. And it also has hyaluronic acid, which is also hydrating. So I love that Tarte listened to their customers, because that was probably the biggest thing I heard complaint wise about the original Shape Tape, is that it was drying on some people. So then they came out with a hydrating version. So now let's apply. So I do already have on my foundation because it would have looked weird to just have concealer on. I think I'm going to apply the original first, since that's what y'all are most familiar with, and I'm going to do it on this side and then do the Ultra Creamy on this side. So I am using shade medium in both, and it is 35N if you are a numbers person. So as bad as I hate to, I'm going to zoom y'all in so y'all can really see up close how each one applies. So this is the original one, and I use more than is necessary. And then I always put it around my nose as well, and on my eyelid, because I do have discoloration on my lids as well. So I'm using a damp beauty sponge to apply it. That's how I always do, or to blend it in. Because especially with concealer, because I feel like it helps pick up any excess product where it's not just sitting, because when you have too much product, that's usually when it settles in lines and everything. Oh, look at those forehead wrinkles. Okay, so there is the original one and what it looks like. Now time to apply the new one. So I actually have already been using this, but I have not worn them together, so I am excited to see them side by side and see how they both wear throughout the day. So this one definitely is a lot more lightweight than the original, and I can definitely tell it is a lot creamier. And then I also feel like the color is a little bit different, but they're the same shade. I feel like this one is a little bit lighter and brighter. Right now, before any powder or anything, this is what they look like side by side, just applying them same way and everything. So the original and then the Ultra Creamy. Now I'm going to take a translucent setting powder and set both sides. When you're looking for a powder for your under eyes especially, you want to get one that is really finely milled. That means it's really small and really fine, and that is going to settle the least amount in your fine lines. So I'm going to use a brush. A lot of people will use their same damp beauty sponge, but I find that a brush works better for me personally because I do have quite a few fine lines, and I just take just a little bit and kind of pat it and kind of dust it because I don't want to put too much, but I do want to set it to where it doesn't move. And I start on the outer corner because that's where the least amount of wrinkles are, and then just kind of pat it. Okay, so here's what both sides look like once I have set it with a powder. This is the original, this is the hydrating. They look very, very similar, and then I feel like this side still looks a little brighter, which isn't a bad thing, but looking up close, I can definitely see the original side, my lines right underneath my eye, and I can see a little bit on the creamy side, but not as much as the original. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup so y'all can see what it looks like with a full face, and then I will check in throughout the day to see how they are both wearing. Alright, I went ahead and did the rest of my makeup so y'all can see what each side looks like with a full face. It's about the same as when I last checked in. I can definitely see more of the fine lines right underneath my eyes with the original, and I can a little bit on the creamy side, but definitely not as bad, and it's not terrible, but compared to the two, the original, I can see a little bit more. So I'm gonna check in with y'all in a few hours. I do have to work out, but I guess that's gonna be the true test because both are supposed to be waterproof. So I will try not to wipe my under eyes, which I usually don't. I usually just wipe like around my mouth and stuff. So I'm not gonna touch up my under eyes, and I will check in with y'all in a few hours. So it has been about 5 hours, so I wanted to give y'all an update and my final thoughts on both sides. And here in a second, I'm going to zoom in again so y'all can see up close and personal. But I did work out, but as I mentioned, both Shape Tapes are waterproof, so that was kind of a good test. Plus it is super hot and humid here because it rained earlier, so I think that was the perfect test. As far as the foundation, I use the Tarte Concealer, and even though I'm not talking about foundation, you can see the rest of my face still looks really good except for around my mouth and my nose. I don't even know how it came off of my nose because I just wiped like around my nose and my mouth, but I did not touch my concealer at all. So I'm going to bring y'all in closer so y'all can see. Okay, I'm gonna make this very attractive face, but you can see the inner corner of this eye. You can see more of the wrinkles, and then all the way across, where this one you can see a little in the inner corner, but it's just a little on out here. I don't feel like it is bad for either one, especially just normal. And then I do usually put either bronzer or shadow underneath my eye, and that kind of disguises the lines. And then I always do mascara, so that also kind of hides it. But as far as coverage and longevity and being out in the heat and working out and all of that, both of them stayed really well. The final verdict, original versus ultra creamy. For me personally, the ultra creamy does a little bit better with my fine lines, but I do still love the original, and I actually have quite a few bottles to go through. I even bought a jumbo size from QVC. Look, so that will last me forever. So I do still have a few to go through of the original, and I still really like it. And like I said, I can kind of disguise the wrinkles with eyeshadow and my mascara. But if I had to pick just one, that works best for me, it would be the Ultra Creamy. So if you are someone who wasn't crazy about the original Shape Tape because it was drying on you, definitely give the Ultra Creamy a try. This is going to be good if you have drier skin and more mature skin. So if you felt like you were a little old to be trying the Shape Tape, then definitely try out the new Ultra Creamy version. But I really hope that y'all enjoyed this comparison of the two Shape Tapes. Comment down below and let me know which one you like better if you have tried them both. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my upcoming videos. But I don't have anything else to say except thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.